You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne,
Hello.
it's Niall,
Howdy.
and it's me, Brian. And on this episode, we are talking about anime that aired November the 1st to November the 7th, 2025. And one thing that didn't air, but me and Niall went to see at the cinema. Starting with, though, something we shared is Spy Family, episode 42, The Mummy Friends Scheme,
Hmm.
in which Yor gets something to do, and from this point
A
on is
hobby.
actively involved in the plot of the entire series.
She's not doing side stuff, and the stuff of her being an assassin is tying back into the rest of the stuff as well, which is great. Yeah. There was a particular bit in this where I did like Anya had to cover for Yor in case like Lloyd looked into her background some more. It was just like Anya's like, "Oh, I better lie for Ma'am to disguise her assassin job."
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a kind of weirdly because Annie isn't like the two of them are wrapped up in maintaining their identities to each
Yeah.
other. Like Annie is just like in a position of giving like good advice but not being able to do it herself. Because Annie's always trying to hide her identity.
Yeah.
But she is trying to keep things smooth. Again, she wants to make sure that there's no sort of friction that will cause them to split and disown her.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to hide who they are except for Bond, I guess, because
But that
not
makes
disguising that
Anya
he's a precog dog. No.
strangely sensible at times. Maybe it's a child's a child's view, just cutting to the truth of the matter altogether.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and this is towards the end, and I do like the bit where Lloyd's worrying so much that it causes Anya's brain to go on the fritz because he's just
'Cause he's
constantly.
thinking so much and so quickly. It's just like, all right, give me a fucking minute for my
God,
own
Dad,
fucking
shut
thoughts.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it, you're old.
Like she usually gets information overload if she's trying to psychically read like, a big crowd of people. But sometimes her dad planning and
Yes.
replanning and double planning and yeah, will do it.
But what is Lloyd's cause of concern? Well, you went out shopping with Anya to get cake.
Yeah,
Uh,
Anya wanted the sweets that Henderson
The tea
Harrison,
cakes, yeah.
why do I always forget his name?
yes.
And she couldn't describe him. She's like, I guess I'll go to the department store. And she's like, this is a fucking minefield of danger and social interaction that I don't know how to do
Yes.
because I was not raised by a mother and father in a society. I am an assassin in disguise, though. I better not tell anyone that. So
Also,
Gotta
I-
be normal. Gotta be normal. Good God, how about it be normal?
Also, Anya wants the amazing cake that Damien had promised her, and then the show informs us that no such promise has been made.
this is something she's made up in her head because she's a kid.
Well,
Which is
also, Annie
great.
knows that yours a soft touch. She'll agree to anything. She'll
But
kill for you.
even though it's your trying to not like let loose that she's been trained in an assassin thing rather than raised by a mother and father, she's not a regular person, she's different in other, it's like her going like need to act normal, I was like, I feel that, man. I think that's like a millennial fucking thing at the very least. It's probably just a human thing based off of how it kind of goes in this.
Yes.
Just like, am I fucking standing out? Do I fucking fit in? I don't think I do. I
I
think I'm
suppose
like,
everyone might have had that, whether it's just like an airport duty free or a department store. It's just like no free sample. It's like how do I? No, I didn't know something was going to be talking to me. I was just like listening to something. I was shopping
yeah,
for
yeah.
something from my girlfriend or whatever like that. I was like, I don't know how to do with this.
Yes, because she's concerned that like not knowing where to get the right bakeries is going to get her reported to the secret police.
She initially tries to ask the two ladies that I guess live in the neighborhood, and she's like, but they'll be like, you don't know where to get sweets. Oh my God, that's suspicious. That sounds like a spy of some kind. It's like, okay, I better not ask them. Better not let anyone know that I don't know where to buy my child vague sweets. But
They'll just think you're a square. It's just this is as bad as it'll get, really.
yeah.
So he goes to the shopping mall with Anya and spots a woman tripping down the stairs because she's carrying too many parcels, goes and rescues her in the most dramatic fashion, and becomes fast friends with this woman called Melinda and her group called the Lady Patriot Society, who recruit her for their volleyball team.
The shot with Melinda like reacting to her like doing that athletic catching of the parcels and stuff was kind of like the I've fallen in love immediately kind of look. It was great, yeah.
You're quite a patriot, I see.
Yeah, so and it's mostly that hey, you're really athletic and you did me a solid. Could you do me another solid and help out our women's volleyball team? We're trying to stick it to the women's bakery team or whatever the other rival team is. Like it's just you're really athletic. It's like you've never played volleyball. It's like that's fine. I'm sure you'll pick it up. And she
Gotta be
tries
normal.
to
Gotta be normal.
she tries to not assassinate, but certainly assassinate the game of volleyball, using volleyballs, and it's just like no, it's cool. Just take it handy. Like we want to win, but we don't like want to destroy the opposition or anything.
It's just kind of power over technique or
Yeah.
regard for the rules, which he doesn't know. And it's just, well, we lost, but we all had fun. That's all that matters. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, essentially, this is your learning that the thing she was afraid of is not as bad as it was in her mind. That not everybody's going to be constantly judging her, and you can just go out and have
Yeah.
fun.
And just talking to the Patriot Mothers Club kind of thing, they were just like, oh, you're a single mother, and also you're like the stepmother of the kid is like, oh, that's got to be difficult. Sure, my kids are my own blood, and I don't know what the fuck is going on through their head, and yours like, wait, so none of you guys know how to fucking do shit? And they're like, fuck no, man, we're all making it up as we go.
Doing it best we can.
They're being nice to her, and I was just like, yeah, it's nice her getting friends outside of work.
Well, she's had really like very little frame of reference like for
Yeah.
how to handle this. Like also her like friends at work, more colleagues. I won't say I didn't call them like outright her friends anyway. Aren't much help because they're kind of petty and spiteful. So you're never gonna get a good read, an actual read of things from them. So.
And I think the thing of her like being worried about is like, oh man, I wasn't raised by a mother and father. I don't know how to function in society. It's like, why weren't you raised by a mother and father? It's because they died in the fucking war. Lots of people have that experience. I wouldn't be too fucking worried about it. It's like, I'm so different. It's like, yeah, everyone's been to trauma, kid. Don't fucking worry about it.
And then, yes, the dramatic reveal at the end of this, though, is that this woman, Melinda, is Melinda Desmond, the wife of Donovan Desmond, father of Damien.
She recognized it because when she was talking about Anya, it's just like, your kid is the kid who punched my kid. Yeah. And yours like, oh fuck, sorry, dude. It's like, nah, he's grand. Don't worry about it. But every now and again, after this reveal happened, Melinda gets the look of, it's fucking fine. Don't fucking worry about it. This deadly, she goes from the nice Melinda that we've known up in the episode to this point to this deadly serious one. It's like, because now she's a Desmond. There's inherent threat in that.
Yes, and then we get some details in Lloyd's mind later that the Desmonds are separated.
Yeah, as Melinda was saying, like, or as the ladies were saying, is like the Desmonds are fairly hands off with the raising of their kids, but sure, they're so smart, so they raise themselves practically. And there's definitely some thing where she's not ostracized from the family; she's still involved in it, but there's definitely something else going on. Because whenever the ladies call her, like, "Oh, you were the first lady of the prime minister," I think, and it's like, he's not prime minister currently, and stop calling me that kind of thing. It's like, doesn't want to be associated with it or wants to separate herself from it socially anyway.
Yeah, and so this bit where Lloyd's like weighing up the risks and benefits, because they say Wise had already declared her high risk, low reward for contact.
Because she doesn't have as much involvement in the Desmond party thing, yeah.
But eventually, he goes along with your suggestion, but he has then put it in his brain as the Mummy Friends scheme, the third scheme that he's got.
This is Plan
on.
C. So Plan A, get the Stella fucking stars. We get to the end thing. We have a conversation with the guy. Plan B, make friends with his kid, and we hang out as parents. Then we get a conversation with the guy. Plan C, get to him or his kid through the wife. And I was just like, that's the way to fucking go. And Anya's like, shit, I might be put out of a job.
I'm in competition with Mammy. Damn it. I won't lose, Mammy. We'll get this. Well, I got her worse, but she doesn't want to lose. I think like a little bit of sentimentality swayed Lloyd's decision right there. For it, it also could be good if you had like a life outside of this house, just for
Yeah.
her own benefit, like because again, this affection I have in this fake family is like not feigned affection; it's some real affection there. So you have a little bit of that too.
Yeah, it's him slowly warming up over the course of it. But because it's like, oh, I did ask the husband, it's like, is it cool if I have like girlfriends outside of fucking family and work and shit? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. After weighing all this up very quickly in his mind and frying his kid's brain from reading his mind, she's like, I should probably ask my fucking boss as well if this is cool. Like, let's ask the boss. The boss seems ambivalent. Is the
Well,
best way.
yes,
He's not against it, but he's not for it. Like that's the thing.
he makes a warning about Melinda being conservative,
Hmm.
which again, that's like the tiniest little glimpse of what on earth the
Hmm.
garden's about, um,
Hmm.
and
She does
sort of
mention there's like, oh, my husband said it'd be a good idea, and he had interest in the whatever the Desmond Party is called. I forgot the name
Donovan
of it.
National Unity Party.
The National Unity Party, which like the is it the gardener or the
It's the
The
shopkeeper.
gardener,
shopkeeper? Yeah,
shopkeeper.
yeah. The shopkeeper kind of gets silent and goes like, I'm gonna keep that in my head now. I now know that information about your husband, so I'm keeping an eye on him. Which is very
Yeah.
subtle kind of thing. He does this through looking over his shoulder and chopping a little rose bush very
Yes.
quietly.
It does feel
kind of
like
thing.
okay, like who would if you've met Donovan, would you be interested in him? No, not unless you've got some ulterior motive for being
Yeah.
interested in him.
Mm.
Was that, and then the remaining part of the episode is Anya eats a yakisoba burger onto Damien's head.
Nice little bookend of fun just to get rid of the serious taste.
It's not all veiled threats. Look, she's an idiot.
But going by her best friend's advice, if you want to get closer to a boy, the classic method is to run around a corner with a piece of bread in your mouth, like this yakisoba bread that I bought in the shop, and bump into him, and then it's like fucking magic. So Damien dodges, and he's like, "Fuck you," and just lobs at his fucking head.
Yeah, I
Oh
like how
gosh, I was kind of competing with Mammy, and this is going we will knock
yes.
my progress there.
Mm.
I like how Damien's friends immediately take the mickey out of him and then quickly stop.
They haven't realized that they're not just Damien's lackeys slash friends now. They're also this is your friend group now with these also girls who you find annoying, but also it's like sometimes she does something really fucking funny, so we have to like
Yes.
start laughing at it.
And I also like how Becky describes the running with toast in your mouth technique as an ancient technique of falling in love.
But she's the little kid, so it's ancient to her. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fun stuff. And next week we get into the big arc for this season.
Yes, yeah.
And I would say the best arc of the comic so far. Maybe the flashback arc that comes shortly after it. But in
Yeah,
terms of
it's a really solid arc, but like setting up this stuff with Yor is great because this really, like you said, brings her right back into the plot. I realized that as well. The issue that came out this week has like ties into like last week's episode. So
yes,
again, really fucking well
Yeah,
planned, I will say.
yes,
same.
Yeah,
I do think that perhaps being involved in the production made him go, oh yeah, that character, we can do some more with her.
yeah, yeah,
And the use of it in this week's chapter is great because then you're like, oh yeah, I'm much more. I like that character much more than I did in their first appearance now.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
So they got principles. Just
yes.
you may not
Mm,
like them, but they got principles.
mm.
Yeah. Then we got Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider episode 5. Let me be V32. Um, we are surrounded by Shocker Combat men who've been summoned by Yukarisu.
Mm.
But much to Yukarisu's surprise, these 4 lunatics get stuck in.
I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, waiting on our life for this.
Yeah, this is everything they've ever dreamed. This is everything they've trained for. So yeah, this is exactly the wrong group for a bunch of shocker groups to thugs to fucking try and team up on. They, I want to say they make fairly quick work. They make violent work of them,
So
basically. Yeah.
people are showing off all the signature moves.
Yeah.
As well. It's about showcasing that. It's even tough, like kind of being very grand about the same judo throw you keep doing over and over again. But you know,
It fucking works, man.
if you believe in it, it's true. So
Hmm.
you got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Kamen Riders typically do the same move over and over again each week. So
Yeah.
why shouldn't they?
It may not be the most dynamic like combat style because it's like kind of predicated on well, if we've got a limited set of moves here, do you can you work them together into something like that? We'll find out when we get a tougher opponent. But hey, these shocker guys, these real ones, are tougher than the average goon.
So then when they make work of them, your man's like, all right, now there's one fucking shocker trooper left. So brother, like answer me. Are you marrying her? And he's like, fucking what? And everyone's like, fucking what? It's like, the only reason you get with a woman is because you're gonna marry her. And now you fucking need to answer me this. And
I got all my morals from a 70s superhero program.
yeah. Yeah, and even your man like your one kind of going, I was like, it's a bit more complicated than that, and our main boy kind of going like, it is. Oh shit! He also got all his morals from, the older version of the same show, but really funny how just fucking dumb and inept they are. But that's when the Spider-Man, not that Spider-Man, different one, shows up.
Spider-Man no hyphen.
Yeah.
Arrives in the scene.
Yeah, and then they're going to fight him, and
Your man through his punches, I think, or his kick takes off part of his mask, the mouth part of the mask, and then I think later on a series of chops manages to take off the whole headpiece, but not the whole head. So
when does Mitsuba dress up as Rider-Man? I know during the fight he has a flashback during the fight to which Tackle goes, "You're doing this now?"
no, that is a later bit, which is great.
Yeah.
It basically when the guys, the shocker guys come in, he's like, don't like, or actually no, her boss, the Spider-Man, comes in, and she's like, oh shit, it's a boss monster, I'm in fucking trouble. And it's like, that's your boss? And he's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll protect you. He immediately runs away, and she's like, why would you say that? And then run the fuck away. But he's getting henchioned in where he left his costume in the office. His costume consists of the helmet and the arm thingy.
Yes, because the
cyborg arm.
Yes, because the flashback comes when he's tied the Spider-Man up. That's when
he ties Spider-Man up in industrial cable, as far as I can tell.
Well, the nick of time, because the rest of them are having to go and they're getting bouncing off of him. So if you just tie him up, we can figure something out.
And it's like, come on, we got to get away. And she's like,
you're probably wondering how I got this hook shot. Well, it's a long story.
And it's like, and your one's like, don't fucking Tackle's like, don't tell it now. Let's run away from Spider-Man first. And it's like, well, it was a long time ago when me and my brother fought over the title of V3. No one wants to be the second Kamen Rider. What's the deal with that? Come on.
There's a scene that's like, well, you're the secondary character in the series. You're not the main Kamen Rider, just a derivative one. But it's like, well, but they can't be cool too. We kept this going all the way up into high school. Like we should be like, having girlfriends and stuff. We're still fighting about this. We're meeting after school by the river, under the bridge.
His brothers only give up the title of V3 if he can be defeated in combat, because clearly he's the older brother, so he should get to be the new guy. You can be Rider Man, like my guy's sidekick. So it's like, because you're younger and you came in later, Rider Man came in later. It's just like, yeah, it's perfect. And he proves this, his brother, by doing him the kindness of breaking his left arm. Because it's like, I didn't destroy your right arm like Rider Man because that's your dominant hand. And it's like, thanks, bro. Punches him immediately across the dinner table. Great shit.
But that means that's your whole origin story, dude, because Rider Man, he was beaten, but he was rebuilt as Cyborg by the original Kamen Riders. That means he's been worked on by the best of the best. And to honor that, that's why he has this weird contraption with the hook shot on his on his arm, because I want to commemorate the Cyborg arm he was rebuilt with.
Except on the opposite side, so it's legally distinct, even though he's wearing the same helmet. So it's perfectly fine.
And then they come out of the flashback, and Spider-Man's like, "Who are these people?" and uses his mind control to take control of Yukarisu. But would you know, true love can overcome shocker mind control.
Yeah, as he's been tackled to the ground by his girlfriend while they're trying to run away from Spider-Man, and she starts pummeling the fuck out of him, and he's like, "I was thinking about what my brother said, baby, and I love you, and let's get married." And she's like, that breaks the mind control, and they start like macking on each other real
Oh
fucking
yeah,
hard.
really kind of gross and getting up in there.
And everyone watching makes it worse. Basically, it's really funny.
Even Spider-Man is horrified.
And he's currently like morphing into a Spider-Man, so you'd think he'd be
Yes.
more horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, because at this point he's only his human face has come off. Is at the end he fully transforms into
Mm.
the monster version
I
from
mean, like
the
he's basically looks like he's wearing a better version of the mask that the Yakuza guy was wearing earlier on.
yeah.
Because he's just like a guy in a suit with a monster head, but now he's a full furry Spider-Man looking dude.
Yep, and our heroes are totally shocked.
Excited slash terrified by this.
Mm.
Is this like
Yeah.
this is like
Because when all three of them were trying to beat
mm.
the shit out of him, he was like deflecting their shit quite fucking easily. It's like, oh, okay, this guy's on another fucking level. So running away, like apparently taking out a bear with your bare hands isn't good enough to fight a cyborg Spider-Man monster.
and
Yes.
nary a motorbike in sight or laser swords to whip out and cut through them with to be found. Unless.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And we'll find out how this fight goes next week in episode 6. Order some snacks.
I can see them doing this just that with this. Maybe like hot wiring a car, driving into it, and saying it's just like this is like I'm gonna do that cool like, motorcycle stunt to take out the monster in that one episode. So just hot wire a car and run him over. Rider drive by.
I'm keeping stum because I've already watched next week's episode. I couldn't stop myself.
Okay.
There we got Ranma 1/2, episode 17. It's fast or it's free. So after me complaining about how the animation didn't look as good as last season's, we get perhaps the best animated episode they've done so far.
There was a load of Spy Family ones that were like really good, subtle, and sometimes fancy motions. Like there was a thing with like you're turning on a heel to close the front door and then adjusting the bag in the back. It was like lovely naturalistic movement. But there was so much showing off of this episode, especially with people flipping head over fucking tail. Like several instances of people hitting it head over tail
and catching food
gorgeously
while
animated.
doing that.
Yeah, and talking or doing something else while doing that. There's even a shot of like Shampoo like doing like a flip over a barrier, and I was like, I rewinded a few times because I was like, that was fucking smooth. It was so nice.
It feels a lot like like the kung fu comedy thing where like we're going to have an action set piece going to be about something stupid like delivering like fast food to a address as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Meals on wheels, you might say. The premise is that there's this annual race between the restaurants in town, and the up until now, it's always assumed whoever manages to convince Akane Tendo to be the waitress or the delivery girl to deliver the food, that restaurant's going to win. That's how it's been happening.
So they're kind of egging on the at the cat Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, cat cafe.
Cat cafe. Like it doesn't have cats, but it's cat themed. They're egging on the granny there, going like, yeah, we'll fucking win it this year. And she's like, I don't fucking know, I got Shampoo. And it's like, we'll fucking see about that, granny. None of them have secured her at this stage, but they're all assuming it's like, well, one of us is definitely going to win. This place isn't. If you're going to rely on your own fucking homegrown talent, go air that.
Meanwhile, there's the second plot which is going, which is what we open with, is Kuno is dreaming that Genma and Suon have delivered their daughters to him in order for him to pick which one he's going to fall in love with. And so he's like, I've got to choose. And then so he rolls up at the dojo and says to Akane, I've come to answer your question, which is a question he dreamt.
And it's like, I've decided, most logically, you live here, so you're regularly available, and the pigtail girl appears at random, so I choose you as the woman I love. And everyone's like, pigtail girl is just there. Ranma has
There she is.
been kicked into a pond,
Yeah.
as is often the case. And he kind of like, and he rips the bouquet he has in two to present it to both of them. I was like, I can't fucking choose. I can't do it. It's impossible. It's an impossible choice I've
Yeah.
been given.
He is a wonderful idiot, this episode.
There's a bit, I mean, like, it's happened before, but there's a bit, I think, where, yeah, no, Shampoo's in the background and saying, is like, has he not figured out that Ranma and that girl are like the same person? And everyone's like, nope. And he's there in the scene, in the same room as them. He has still not figured it out. He's so fucking stupid. It's great.
I can't remember if we've had has it happened where he's gone, oh, you've got the same name as that pig-tailed girl?
Yeah.
We've
We've went through all of that like last season. Well, I suppose it's just like trying to rationalize his own fucking this like delirium as this like. Well, I suppose it's a common name nowadays. We're moving with the times. Yes. Of course, it could be called Ranma.
I think he probably refuses to call her Ranma because Ranma is the name of not his one true love, but of that guy he fucking hates. So it's like, I'll just call her Pigtail Girl. That'll save me a lot of time.
Yeah, and I was like, between this and because I don't think I realized it when watching Gitaru in Neuroscience Era, but this feels it's like Rumiko Takahashi does have some insight into horny teenage boys' brains in terms of when we do the fantasy scenes. I think it's because Kuno's fantasies are a little calmer than Ataru's, but yes, the ridiculous way in which Ranma and Akane are delivered to him in the dream.
This like Akane is like done up what appears to be like a garment made up of like flowers woven together.
It's like a harvest festival.
Like
They've been delivered like it's a harvest festival because there's like loads of food being delivered with them as well.
What are you?
They're basically
living in Viking times? What is this?
But I mean, like, it's also like it's because he's stupid and probably has a bunch of head trauma at this stage. Like when they rebuttal him, both of them kick him in the fucking head and go like, "Pick one. You got to pick one of us." Like in his dream. Again, this hasn't happened in reality, but he's convinced that this is a prophecy or something. He's very stupid. It's hard to figure out what the hell he's going through his head at any stage.
So we end up with Shampoo, Akane, and the pigtailed girl joining in the martial arts takeout race, of which
one of the guys who couldn't get her on thing gets Ranma instead. It was like, well, that's an athletic young girl. That's good. That's good second banana. And we got some other good racers in here. We got a mysterious motorcycle lady. None of them are going to matter. It's going to be between these three. We know it's going to be between these three, and that's fine.
And so we learned that Shampoo has a special technique of being able to flip other restaurants.
It's like a single finger punch and you hit the container and it flips the meal upside down. Yeah.
But for your food, it'll just upend whatever bowl or plates inside the container and just fuck it up entirely.
Like just a single touch of death on the box holding the pizza at the back of the motorcycle delivery woman is flips the pizza upside down, ruining it. And if the meal is uneatable, you automatically lose. Much like, again, with the simple way out, like the watermelon thing last one as well.
Yeah, and so the who they're going to deliver to is chosen by a random lottery draw, and of course it turns out to be Kuno's house, of which he's unaware of this until he steps outside, expecting to see
when he delivered his thing, he decided, I can't make the choice, so whichever you arrive first at my house in the morning, that will be my one true love. And they're like, we're just not going to go to his house, right? Yeah, we're not going to go to his house. Both of them racing each other to get to his house currently. Not that they know, not that he knows, but it's fucking fantastic.
And he gets a knock on the door, and it's the press. He's expecting either of the two girls to be there. You're not the ones I'm going to go out with.
Girls, get out.
How's it feel to be the lucky addressee or the takeout race? What? Wow, what a scoop.
And so, the rest of the episode is a load of martial arts hijinks to get to the place, and then once they get there, there's more martial arts hijinks, but also beating up Kuno.
I do appreciate it, kind of like having the undocumented, as far as I'm aware, before talent of being really good at skateboarding, which is like really
skateboard. Yes, I don't forget about that.
I should do that more often. It does like make it feel more 80s as well, which I like. Yeah.
And then so they end up. Is it? Yeah, Caddy's meal gets ruined first when it goes flying from Shampoo attacking, and she's delivering
The eel
eels.
cutlass
Eel,
lands on
eel,
the ground.
eel
Yeah.
and rice bowl. Yeah.
Because it's initial like once they all arrive at exactly the same time, because of course the press decides it's whoever gets them to eat it first will be the winner. And since her one lands on the ground, ruins the eel, so she's out.
Shampoo has fried noodles. The yakisoba kind of job is just like kind of whipped it out like the fucking like the weight and Shane. It's like we should lash it into his mouth like that. Just doesn't need that. And then fucking Ranma has to deal with like the both ramen noodles, which can do a lot of the same stuff. But now you gotta try and keep all the stuff in the soup, and it does get like this so fucked up over time between like
Yes.
falling in hot springs and in the pond and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then by
Initially,
the end,
partway
it's
through
all
the fight, he turns back into a boy and has some sort of crab clutch type thing where I'm going to force you to feed yourself, but like he just and you're like man's like all I have to do is not open my mouth. It's like you're leaving your mouth open now. Starts feeding him, but it's like, I just don't have to chew, and he's just like
Well,
which is
yeah,
fine.
he doesn't find it tasty because he's not going to eat food given to him by a boy. But then
Yeah.
when the final punchline is after, because this is when Shampoo's meal gets destroyed, is when they fall in the baths, the hot bath.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
She's a
Shampoo gets
cat
turned into
now.
a
She
cat.
runs off.
And then Ranma ends up falling into the pond outside, turning him back into the pigtailed girl. And now the ramen has a goldfish, a
On scone.
turtle,
Frog in there.
yeah, all
Tortugas.
sorts of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But because this has been delivered to him by the pigtailed girl, yes, Kuno is going to get tucked into that.
Love is the finest
Delicious.
spice, or something. He says, yeah. Also, at one point, he has a hidden dojo trapdoor underneath his house, and it was just like, just for hijinks purposes. Yeah, there's a lot of madcapness.
Do a
He
lot of
suggests,
shouting down there.
yeah, he suggests that the three of them move in together into his underground dojo.
A third girl, all right. I mean, I'm down for it, but I don't know
Oh,
you.
don't
But
worry
yeah,
about
sure.
being underground. It's just like an extended basement. It's not anything I dug out for the purpose of imprisoning young women. No,
I don't think he's that smart. I wouldn't put it to
he
him.
wouldn't notice the parallels anyway. He's like, what? It's like I built out to the house, to have girls over. I'm like, I'm a growing boy. I might have a girlfriend over sometime in my dungeon.
Yeah. That's the punchline, is that he ate the gross ramen and Ranma won through the power of love.
Ambivalent, to say the least, about winning in front of. How does it feel a bit of winner, champ? It's just like, I don't know. It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, the wavy line on Ranma's mouth in that final.
Not happy to
dialogue.
wait under these conditions. No.
It's like, well, I'm happy for the restaurant, but at personal cost is too great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the main selling point of going to watch this is the animation. There's just so many fun smears and fun action sequences. It's just a wonderful episode. And we have to
It's
ban
just
that thing last week.
kung fu, not about like trying to knock somebody out, but just trying to do something stupid, like like getting food into their mouth, forcing them to use the brush to write a letter saying you suck. Just I love like the films like that and have scenes like that, and it's just really tapping into that well. It's great.
Just the simple thing of like the most threadbare fucking reason for them to be doing any of this shit as well. Like the granny, because she was goaded into it by the local restaurateurs. Like Shampoo, Ram, because he'll be promised like a year's supply of ramen or whatever. And Shampoo gonna go, if I win, you have to go out with me. And Rama's like, you're on. And it's like he's not even betting anything against her. Like, it's just, yeah, sure. Everyone's just on board to do this fucking madcapness. And that's fun.
Then we've got Digimon Beat Break, episode 5, Half and Half, an episode of which I've only seen half of. He realizes because of usual Crunchyroll.
That's perfect.
Well, it's a 2-part episode, so
okay, cool.
You'll be fine.
Yes, I don't know if you have the problem with the Crunchyroll site of sometimes you'll watch half an episode and then halfway through it'll just slow down and then stop playing entirely.
But sometimes I have to go to other places. So yeah.
I've stopped watching it off the PlayStation for that reason, because that just does not work anymore. It just can't. I just start wanting to throw my shoes to the
I
fucking
find
thing.
the app's pretty good, like on the phone. So
Yeah, I should
maybe it's
probably watch it on the phone. Yeah, because I don't think I've ever encountered it on the phone. Anyway, there's a panda mod. He's great. He's fantastic. He's got a red scarf. He's a Kamen Rider as well.
Like a noble yakuza henchman type of dude. Yeah.
What's really funny to me is basically they sent our main boy out to pick up their lunch. He got lost because he's a fucking idiot, and he ends up on this whole fucking adventure. And the whole time I think they're just standing there like, where the fuck is he with lunch? What's going
It's just
on?
like the one traditional shopping street left in the entire metropolis. That's just like it's had everything around it razed to the ground because there was like gangsters buying up the land for like a real estate scam. They've
Oh,
employed
Yakuza thing, yeah.
like JCB man to help dig it up for them.
Yeah, and they do say it's like we're the guys who hired the motorbike Macmon last time, but it's like it's hard to get good work, but we will hire anyone with a powerful Digimon to help us out. This guy, like, it's unfair to call that a Digimon. It's at least like 2 stories tall. Like that seems a bit unfair. I know they can get that big, but it seems to be starting at that fucking size. I don't know.
Yeah. It's fine.
Hmm.
I really like the fact there's no long mystery of who hired the guy last week. It's like
No, it's us. We did it.
It's crime. Yep.
Yeah.
we meet him straight away.
See, I thought he was stealing the was it Sapotama Chargers or something like that? The things from the truck to because it was like a Digimon thing of they eat these eggs, so they want to steal them. I was like, oh no, this was just some crime related mafia shit. They're probably going to sell them on the cheap. Yeah,
it was
grand.
semiconductors they were stealing.
Semiconductors firm. Yeah. Sorry.
Very expensive.
Yeah, and so they go to rough up. These are like this one group of people who aren't moving out. So they send some thugs in to rough up this street market. But wouldn't you know, this is meanwhile Gekomon is being hidden in a bag because he really wants to eat the mincemeat cutlets that are being offered. Yeah, there's then this giant panda rolls up and tries to fight the thugs, but then he runs out of power and causes the cutlet to fall to the floor, which incenses Gekomon.
That's when I got mad.
I was just like, you're the kind of fucking beast that will just eat food out of your hand and touch everything with your tongue at all times, but you won't eat a fucking cutlet off the ground. All right, got some standards, I guess. He fist bumps the panda later on with his tongue. I was like, that's disgusting. Don't fucking do that. But anyway, yeah, that's when Gekomon does intervene as well. I did like the reveal of the panda coming out of like, stay back, stranger, I'll take care of this. And it's keeping the panda out of shot, just showing his cool jacket and shit. You can see it's a fucking panda, but it kind of looks like maybe a dude in a mascot suit until you see the front of it. It's like, oh no, that's a Digimon. Fair enough. So because of that, they're invited by an old guy. I guess there's the shopping street and a cool mansion. And those are the only parts that haven't been fucking razed to the ground of this part of town. They're invited back to his for a slap up feast. Again, the guys have not been delivered their lunch. They must be starving.
That's probably why they show up next episode. It's just like, what the fuck was our lunch? Oh, I see you embroiled in a Digimon battle. Oh, that's why.
Yeah. They'll be cool with it, especially if you can bring back some of the food. But yeah, they have a traditional Japanese party, and they're just talking about how we don't take for that technology. We don't know about even Digimon are welcome here because we're all weirdos here. We don't even have eggs. Nobody has
Tell
eggs.
me, son, could a computer make a croquette this good? I don't think so.
And so it's kind of like the thing of like, and I think he's seen a lot of like himself and his family of their anti-technological bias, I guess, and just like, oh, there are other people trying to live like this too. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's like, this like Pandemon was like, I was just like, I materialized in this room. I had nowhere else to go, but then it's like this old man took me in, and like, I tried feeding him, but it wouldn't work. But just what I needed was like, what you call that, the e-pulse. And it's just.
Yeah.
He sucked my blood for a bit when I got my arm got all cold. I'd be like, we gotta have have some moderation. So this is all gonna be a bit about this. This can be a real tool, useful tool for you. This technological wonder in moderation. If you use it too much, it like turns you into like a comatose ice person.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
The
be
fact that
careful.
they meet him on the street, kind of like basically trying to be like a vampire, trying to eat someone, and it's like, all right,
Mm.
you just eat me. It's like, all right, you can eat me a little bit. I'll be your dad now. So we're gonna drink together. So we have the bond of family. And Gekomon like hangs out with Pandamon in the baths because they have a little bath, and it's like, hey, how about you're pretty cool, Gekomon. We could be like the bond of the family as well. And he's like, I don't fucking know. Like, 'cause you said we split everything in half, and the idea of sharing half of my food. It's like, no, it makes it better. It's like, oh yeah, then
But the
absolutely.
half means everybody is happy, and like everyone's happy. You get more stuff. It's just like, wait a minute, you exactly said it once saying, so if I give you half my cutlet now, you're gonna come back with like a whole tray of half
Of half
cutlets
cutlets.
from everybody. I see.
Yeah,
Okay, that is a good deal.
and as soon as he was like, "Oh, let's bond together as family," I was like, "Oh, Pandemon, you're fucked. Like you're super fucked." It's the thing I was thinking immediately. I was just like, "No,
He more or
don't."
less gets it and knows like you gotta watch out for your family when you're in a Digimon battle because they roll up. He was like the bigger boss of the gangsters trying to take him out. He's got like what's it? Astamon was
Well,
just like
initially the digger guy shows up in the town,
all
and
the digger guys were there
the
first.
panda
Yeah.
has to like tear a hole in reality and fuck a digger into it so they can fight in virtual reality rather than wreck the shopping street.
Yeah.
But doesn't work out. It works out fine. They beat that guy, but then the mafia guy shows up with a dude with like a triple barrel shotgun. I feel like I've seen a Digimon have that before, but
Yeah, there's a couple of those that are kind of devilish looking, and
yeah, that's the
there was
one. Yeah,
one there. I think it was like Beelzemon, and
Beelzemon or
you
Devimon or something.
rode
Yeah,
around on a motorcycle, had like a sawed-off shotgun, like this in there. Wore like a lot
yeah.
of
Another
leather,
guy.
had like a devil mask, and was like, oh, he's like a badass Digimon,
Hmm.
yeah.
So this seems to be
Yeah.
in that line. Yeah.
Astamon is a wizard Digimon, apparently.
A
Abraca fucking
shotgun,
gun.
a
Yeah.
wizard's favorite.
First anime appearances in Digimon Fusion.
Oh, I like it when they have the old guys kind of coming back. I assume Pandemon, like he feels like an early Digimon. I don't mean that in a bad way.
That feels
Like
like one you would get to like on at least
pretty
the
early
second
on.
pass. It's like, well,
Yeah.
why have we not monned yet? A panda, all right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was
There's a reason.
so annoyed the other week that I was on a Discord. It's mainly American, so they were saying, "Oh yeah, the latest Digimon game is £5 on the $5 on the Switch." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll get it for five quid." Well, yeah, no, it's full price in the UK. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
curses.
What damn them and their non-global worldview.
Yeah, Cyber Sleuth. That's the one which was on sale.
Oh yeah. I think that was this and that. The latest one I think is the things I've been seeing people chatting about on Digimon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Pandamon here. Earliest appearance listed here is in Digimon Frontier. Some
Okay.
Pandamon
Okay.
appear at the Autumn Leaf Fair. But
Um,
yes,
Pandemon takes the bullets for Gekomon, and it's kind of like, all right, I forgot the Wizardmon's name. Wizardmon, finish him off, and that's our cliffhanger, I guess. Yeah,
yeah, okay. Glad it's a two-parter because
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
I'll,
grand. You'll be grand for the next one. We'll
I'll get
see
Oh
how
my
it goes.
god.
I feel like that panda's fucked, man. Like I think he's
yeah.
in a lot of trouble.
There's
I think the
stuff.
boss of the gangsters is also the son of the old chivalrous yakuza, who's like
Because
man on the
when we
street.
see him with like he used to be the boss of this whole area, and it's like it's him and his dojo and loads of fucking guys, and I was just like, how come it's just him and a panda now? That's the only family he has, the only adopted son he has. Yeah.
Yeah, and he says
Mm.
like, "Oh, this pandamon is like my own family now." One saying, "You gave up your own son for a panda."
It's a pretty cool
Uh,
panda.
it's pretty cool panda, but it's more like that. I guess they went down the other roof and said, "Oh yeah, we're criminals. Why we not going doing some crime? There's nothing we've kind of done here, like running a not protection racket on the street. It's protecting it, but no racket. That's a
Mm.
mugs game." I also
But
couldn't kept like this is like like it's like the late 21st century, and they say like the scheme they were running into. Well, let's even an anonymous like kind of like anonymous kind of like posting here for somebody like to go like break some stuff for us, and we'll wire you like £100.
Yeah,
Like
old fashioned.
they were doing such scams decades ago. They're doing those kind of things right now. That's what like it's kind of displaced the Yakuza right now, is that there's no real need for it. It's organized in the sense that you can do it off of like a anonymous message board, and that's your crime organization. It's just hiring people just randomly to break stuff or rob stuff for you.
In this case, instead of embracing the technology of instead of doing like a drop kind of box thing and of having an anonymous message board, they're taking on the new technology of fucking digital monsters and using those to run the exact same schemes that they were running before.
There's no honor in that. No.
Yeah.
Look up, crime is a family business. Where's the heart? Where's the love? It's cold technology. It's so sterile.
There's a few more bits of this ongoing plot about the bounty leaks. It's mentioned at the start, where we get a weird comment from Yoshimura, the old guy, because Maki's saying something about it in the past, and he says to her, "You used to be older back then," and then she gives him.
She's like, "Shut the fuck up, old man, or I'll fucking beat you." Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on there then?
Did she get some work? It could be just she got some work done or something, But
possibly.
Yeah.
It could be just like a throwaway joke, or is it?
Yeah.
There's a few things where I'm like, all right, you're probably gonna like go into more on that. Like when Pandemon runs out of energy partway through the first fight, there's like a shot of one of the eggs, like it's inside him or something like that. And I was like, because initially I was thinking, oh, does the egg belong to the old man? They say they don't have any of those eggs in town, but he says it's like, I don't know what the fuck a Digimon owner is. Like, he's my son, so like he's being sincere. So I was like, does the panda have an egg in it? Did it eat its owner initially? And that's the guy we saw it vampiring in an alley. I don't know. We'll probably get into that.
It is set in a weird way, and that's the story we're sticking with.
Next up is Noble Farmer, Season 3, Episode 6, Birds. All the facts you might need to know about birds. A lot of stuff about avian flu and red-crested cranes in this episode.
I looked it up actually. Red-crested cranes are fucking way too big. They're a scary. It's like a fucking emu that can fucking fly. And I was like, oh, that's too big. I don't like that. They're like what? Like they can be 5 foot tall or something like that. That's too big. I don't want that walking around the place.
Well, it's of like a theme with Noble Farmer here of like puncturing the romance of the countryside for anybody who hasn't like lived in it once. Oh, the crane is so graceful. It's so beautiful.
It's Japan's national treasure. We're glad it's gone from nearly fucking extinct to pretty extinct, but like doing way fucking better. What was it like? There was 500 in the wild. Now there's a few thousand. Like it's doing way better.
Wikipedia tells me it is in the threatened status.
It's in threatened, but like it's coming
out. But it's the high end of threatened. It's heading towards least concern.
I looked it up. It's literally from Hokkaido farmers going out in the winter and just throwing bird seed into the field, like just feeding them because we like the birds, basically. And I was like, that's cool.
I'm wondering, like, they probably taste pretty good.
Look at the fucking size on that. Imagine the drumsticks of it. Because that's how farmers look at it.
I'll threaten them in the near future. Don't you worry.
But again, going over all the birds, it's like, see the sparrow. Do you think this is a pest or not? And one's like, I guess it's a pest. And it's like, you're half right. It's a pest in the summer where it starts eating the fucking seeds or in the spring we're putting on the seeds. But then in the summer it eats the bugs that eat the plants, so it's not a pest. And one's like, yep, it's complicated. We hate that bird. Now we don't hate that bird. Like sometimes it's a little more weird than that. But crows are very high on the list, considering they're on the same list as fucking bears, which aren't even number one on the list of things that fucking annoy you on the farm.
Crows are wily, you see. So
yeah. And there's plenty of them. There's less bears than there are crows, I guess. That puts them higher on the list.
What other stuff was there in there? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about disposing of birds, warning you not to approach dead animals or animal feces in case you pick up the disease and pass it on to birds.
Using their fun cartoon style to show the culling of entire chicken populations and digging a giant trench with a fucking digger to dispose of the body. It's just like fucking hell.
Yeah,
Ganglion does not hold back.
this fits a little closer to home for me because obviously I'm edge of Norfolk is where I'm from, so there was a big poultry farm that I would drive past to work every day for 6 years. And yeah, that was affected by the
Of
early
course.
2000s outbreak, and now it just seems a constant outbreak. That's nothing to worry about, surely.
Not
Um,
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to hop from birds to human being at any point.
It's not like we have constant contact with them because people are really working in that industry. No, 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 not at all.
Uh,
Hmm.
and then our other short is Ganglion, episode 6, Killer Move, 100 Megaton Punch, in which our hero goes and uses his kid's 100 Megaton Punch killer move, fails to connect, gets booted into the sea, but keeps the punch from falling in the water.
I mean, it's cardboard. It's going to be destroyed immediately by
Yes.
seawater. So no amount of silver paint is going to save it. But I think that his main flaw, and he's a goon. He's a professional goon, so he doesn't get this of shouting the hero's name while you're way on the dock and running at him. It's like, no, just fucking run up and punch him because he's having a cigarette break
Yeah, he's
currently.
getting
Like you could probably get him.
Yeah, because he's getting a roll up out, isn't he? It's what he's about
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, because he's
A
already beat up
rubber
everyone
rollie
on the
off
dock, like, and the main villains run off, and the robots exploded. Like, he's done for the day, basically. Like, he's grand.
Yeah, I like the touch of
Probably ahead of schedule. If one's saying, "All right,
Yeah.
I've earned a cigarette break here."
Yeah,
yes, I like the touch of him keeping it in his belt buckle. It's
yeah.
like
There's
his,
no fucking like rider
utility
fucking
belts,
engine
yeah.
in
Yeah.
that or nothing. That's just where he keeps his lighter.
Yep.
Um,
Batnik fit right now.
So yeah, then our guy goes and picks some cream puffs up, goes home, shares them with his family. I like that we only
I think
ever
the
hear the
landlady
kids.
greets him, or someone else at least who lives in the
Yeah.
apartment complex. And again, he has to keep his mask on to protect his identity and keep the company secret, but everyone knows where he fucking lives and shit. So what's the fuck? He's on the company payroll. You could probably trace the money. And it was just like, why is this a thing?
It could be
It's
a
just
fake
company
name.
policy. It's company policy.
And then we go to a different apartment building the following morning where we see Hope Man's car parked outside with Hope Man written across the bonnet.
Mhm.
And someone's knocking at his door and he's getting annoyed. And it is our guy is for some reason knocking on the door of Hope Man first thing in the morning, waking him up early. That's
A
how.
bunch of details that I prefer. Like I really like that your man has this really actually pretty nice home life. Listen, he used to get kicked off a dock like maybe once a week or something like that. But other than that, like pretty good home life, a wife and kid that love him and care for him and like respect his work and stuff. And it's just like this, he's living pretty good. Whereas Hope Man seems kind of like he's a bit of a skep. Just
Yeah, this is like where it's very typical to go over to like oh, this is Astro Fighter Sunred again.
yeah,
Where the
okay.
hero is just this fucking deadbeat who's like
Hmm.
when he's not out hearing when he has to, he's like sitting at home drinking beer and watching TV. While
based
like,
on
the,
the
the
ending,
villains
seems to be
come by and knock on his door and saying, "Ah, we're here to fight like Sunred." And saying, "Oh, he's a bit hungover right now. Oh, we're so sorry. We'll come back another time. It's no problem at all."
No, you're completely wrong. Hope Man's classy. He drinks wine, so it's much better.
Yeah, I like the touch that he is younger and more handsome than our hero.
Well, he, like our guy is saying, is like he's getting a little too old for the fucking goon job. And even when he's coming at your man's door, like he's ringing the doorbell in a rhythm to amuse himself, kind of thing. It's just lots of little touches are really nice throughout this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The more I watch this, the more I'm confident that the Akane Banashi anime is going to be decent because obviously it's the same director. And I was like, just the little details in
Timing
this.
is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they make it like a 3-minute long episodes of Academy, and you're very slowly
A
getting through
chapter at a
story.
time. Yeah, it's all there. It's like, woo, let's lash it out. No problem.
I feel like that's the wrong pace, even though the pacing of this is excellent and it crams so much in. And like I want to say like 3 minutes. It's more like 2.5 minutes with the outro. So yeah.
Then we got No, we just said Ganglion, Brian. Then we got SANDA, episode 6, Cyborg versus Santa Claus.
What a great fucking title.
In which we learn that a Shibu sees children as strong and adults as weak. Sanda sees children as weak and adults as strong. And they're both wrong, as we learn from a little old lady who shows up halfway through the episode.
Who's both
Voiced by
powerful and infirm at the same
yes.
time.
But yeah, we spend pretty much, I'd say, 80% of the episode in the laundry room and
I mean,
the immediate
like he gets kicked
outside.
out the window at one point and then comes back in. The way he skis back in is great. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's mostly a fight in the laundry room, but there's so many good points where they realize that the three kids realize it's like, to power up Santa, we need to show our utter faith in him, and what better way can we do it than to fall asleep right now and put our faith in Santa Claus to sort out this whole thing, like a kid does on Christmas. And it was
Of
just like,
course, because like Santa Claus can only do his work, his good work, when the children are asleep. That's why they limited sleep, so Santa Claus couldn't go out and keep the world safe.
exactly, yeah.
Bastards.
It's really funny, like in the middle of this action scene, three people trying to fall asleep, or some of them mostly just pretending to be asleep, which is also appropriate for Santa Claus. That's fine. That works too.
I think Fuyumura probably just like fucking like just like content out there for how much like she enjoys sleep. The dark circles under the eyes, maybe you can. I think he's just been obsessed with this like disappearance in the last while. I haven't been sleeping, so just like she's just gone.
But before this fight happens, Santa tries to deal with this in his Santa body because he's like, I can't turn into Santa. I'm going through puberty, just like the fake teacher told me. So I'm going to
the teacher who's actually trying to murder me told me.
yes. So I'm going to confront Ashibu as me, Santa, and I will reveal that I am Santa to him. Which is such a surprise to Ashibu that he spins around with such force his eyes fly out.
It's like, oh no, my eyes, those are like very expensive. Like, I got all my organs replaced and shit. Let me just fucking, I'll get one of them in, and I'll see who said that thing to me as soon as I pop this eyeball back in. It's such like a glass eyeball with like a microchip.
Oh,
on
like, and then behind him, the girls try and move away, but he's just like, whoosh! Oh, I don't need my eyeballs to find you.
I just need to see what child told me that they are secretly Santa Claus, and as soon as I see them, then I'm going to know. And oh boy, the shit's going to hit the fan. Can't wait to get this eyeball back in.
Santa has been buried under a mountain of discarded red hoodies, and like, oh.
Trying to hide from me under hoodies, eh, Santa Claus? Well, we'll see about. I was like, yeah. So he has to find the. How is it he finds it underneath the pile of hoodies? Is it the amount of children that are currently in danger?
It's he's thinking back to when he was talking to Amaya and Fuyumura, and he was talking about how he'd prefer if they didn't know that he was Santa, and then he realizes no, that was the wrong thing to think. And I've got to be the adult here. And once he realizes he's got to be the adult, and that it's the visualization he has is that child weak, adult strong. I need to be the adult to solve this problem. And then he becomes a clothed Santa for the first time. He transforms.
Yeah, like he has like a full costume. He's got a fucking cape and everything, like a big red cape.
It's a red scarf. It's Kamen Rider again.
Yeah.
It does look more kitted out, like at the very least, a dude's like, coming into a boxing arena. He's kind of like, scared of that, but he's ready to fight. He's ready to go, and he is.
But he's not quite ready to fight because he's basically like, listen, you're like a 90-something-year-old man. Do you need to sit down? Like, because let's just talk this fucking out like adults. Because I'm an adult. You're an adult. You're an old man. You're like you're as old as balls.
No,
I'm trying to help you out, and he's like, are you holding my arm to guide me gently to a chair?
Setting him off.
The thing that makes me go beast mode is respect for the elderly. Oh, nothing gets my goat quite like that.
Yes. I like it. So Santa's level of empathy is so high that it extends to this villain who's threatening children with a sword cane. And I like that. Likewise, that Ashibu reads this as you're being patronizing to me. How dare you treat me like this?
Do you know what I've gone through to achieve this? The level of agony I've endured.
And we get to see that in flashback form, where he is like his face completely bandaged up in like the most fucked up way possible. I guess they've only installed one of the eyeballs so far. But the doctor's like, you're going to be in extreme pain for some time. As you know, the only original part of your body is your horrible wrinkly hands, which we had to leave for reasons it's never explained. But
Haven't found a good hand donor yet. You know, he's really
yeah.
picky about the hands.
Mm.
He just gets up and walks, and like not even like a half dozen men can stop him. He just keeps going. I said,
Yeah, I'm
if I
willing
can
to go
endure
through
this
all
kind
this
of pain,
pain
I can endure anything.
to maintain my youthfulness, the youthfulness that I will have installed into my
Yes.
fucking body if by any means necessary. It doesn't matter to me, the physical pain. So, and Sanda finds out this by fighting the guy. It does that thing that like Kick-Ass and a bunch of other things did. It was like, I don't feel pain, basically making me a superhero. And it's like, no, you can't hurt this guy in a way that he will stop fighting you. And it was like, oh, that's bad, because like you can't make him go, ow, I'm gonna stay the fuck down, because he just keeps getting back up. And I was like, yeah, that is a genuine problem for a villain more so, I think.
Yes, and his strength is coming from his own self-loathing, which is interesting.
It's a combination of the self-loathing and
Pretty good.
the like, how dare you fucking call me old, and that's really set him off. And also, like, he's got nothing you can hit as well, because like tries for a gut punch, is like, had my fucking intestines replaced. Tries to go for the nut shot, it's like, those are metal balls, I can't even feel that no more. That was just
Steel
for the
hip,
weight
brass knee.
distribution. Yeah, there's nothing of him left to damage, basically.
Yeah, and then he's attacking Santa with the attacks he's doing mimic the operations he's had.
Do you know what was really sore? When I got my spine replaced, cuts him up along the fucking back. Also, when fucking my Achilles tendons got slashed, and it's just like cutting him on all the spots. It's like, this is what it felt like.
Yeah.
This is what it felt like, Santa.
Yeah,
Feel good?
so they both end up on the ground, and then they're like, "Hang on a second, there's a little old lady here. When the fuck did she get in here?"
She's there having tea, like she's been there the whole time. She has not been there the whole time, but yeah.
Yes. And this is Toyo Tetsudome, the director of this school, and she is here to kick Ashibu's ass because she does know where on his body to hit to take him down.
If I just take
Uh,
out your knees, you can't stand up, dipshit. What are you going to do about that?
Yes, sitting there full of stitches like a teddy bear. That was the line.
Because that's the other thing, when he goes kind of beast mode, all these stitches start bursting at the seams, like they do as well when
Yes.
Santa like connects with him, like, and you can see them like rip apart. It's nasty for how stylistically it's portrayed. Yeah.
And then she's like, "You there, tall, drink of water. Take me to my office to Santa." And you girls go to the infirmary. I'm going to have a word with
And she says
Santa.
to Ono, it's like, hey, glad to see you back. Like,
Yes.
like genuinely happy that one of her students is back in school. Because
Yeah.
why wouldn't she be?
It's
Also,
great.
shouldn't get too far without saying that this is like the epitome anime old lady. It's Misako Nozawa
Yes.
Yeah.
playing her age for once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
Wait,
is a
actually,
wrinkled
maybe.
little old lady like Cologne.
Hmm.
I think she says she's the same age as Oshibu.
Yeah, because she
So
says she hadn't seen him get that serious about anything in like decades or something like that. She's known him as long as he's
yeah,
been around, basically. Yeah.
92 though I think is the both of them. Then
Hmm.
yeah,
But she's wearing her age, which is very unusual in this day and age. So yeah.
yes, because Sanda makes the comment that normally people stop aging in their 50s or 60s, and the only thing that ages is their hands and their heart. I think.
Their hands in
The
the heart, because he
hearts,
got his
yeah.
heart
Yeah.
replaced. Yeah. That was it.
Just further more details of how weird and fucked up this world is. And yeah, they
And
go to the
she
office
insists on him giving her a piggyback up
up
the
the
thing, and she's like,
stairs.
"Holy crap, she's so fucking light!" And like, she was kicking ass, like, and he's figuring out, like, this lady is like the epitome of like taking the weakness and having the childlike body, obviously with the shrunken, shriveled old lady body. But she keeps kind of strength, and she's giving out to him when he's like, I'd be like, quicker getting up the stairs myself. Put me down, and I'll fucking do the rest of it.
Yes, and he's like begs her to teach him how to fight to become a proper adult, and then she points out that a good human being is someone who alternates between being a child and an adult.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah.
just one or the other. And that's kind of where we leave it, heading into. I don't know if she's going to train Santa. I assume
Train him
so.
how to fight like an old
Yeah.
man.
We should
That's
say
what I'm hoping for.
she is a really little old lady like Cologne or Ranma as well. She's tiny.
She's like a little basketball of a person. Yeah.
Yeah, this might be my favorite episode. I just like how confined everything is. The way it's just like the fight going in and outside of the typhoon, but we don't really see much of the outside of the typhoon. They just sort of go out, come back in again, and they're back fighting in the confined space.
Yeah. It manages to do that well because we can cut to the many characters like watching it or involved in it, and we get to do the backstory of the principal kind of thing. So we can move away from the scene while still being in the scene, and that those emotions having resonance within the
Yeah.
scene. Yeah, it really it puts it together
Mm.
really fucking well. It's very well, yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's also like between an adult and a child. It's also this kind of awkward middle ground that we all have to go through, which now
Yeah.
Ono finds herself in because but they have a quiet moment there and saying, "Hey, Furimura, like check it out. You want like some of this?" I know, like we were making eyes at each other before, and there's immediately interrupted by Santa coming in. A guy some Claus, and Fuimura is immediately kind of a bit more comfortable around Santa, just fucking around with him, and she kind of can see
Yeah.
like, ah,
Because
I'm
when she's
kind of
talking to
outside of
her
the group of this group now. I've this overnight pretty much from
when she was
everything I've
talking to
gone through.
her, she was like, "Hey, you know how he turns back into a kid?" And she's like, "No, how?" It's like, jelly beans." It's like, why the fuck am I talking to her like this? Why am I like, what do we talk about? She's having trouble like connecting with her, and you want to kind of like, I'm taller now, and also I've grown in other places. If you get my drift, oh wink, like getting the horny hormones that are fucking vibing her. But yeah, Sandy kind of going like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get something. You want something?"
Uh,
And your one kind of goes off with her. It's like, "Yeah, I'll pick up some food with you as well. I'll head while she gets changed." And they're just chatting down the corridor, and her face kind of dropping. It's just like, oh man, she's got someone outside of me that she can kind of connect with, and she's not making that. It's like you said, now that it's that distance between them now. And I
hmm.
don't think it's like a maturity. It's just like a she's been out of the loop. I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
Mm. Well, this because based on things I've seen is this like well Fuyumura is just like well she's so tall because she sleeps all the time, which is partly what sets this thing off. And
Yes.
she's kind of wondering like it's like this with everything that's been going on, it's just is like will this change or is this me forever? If I'm saying yeah, you're gonna be kind of tall and lanky forever, kid, whichever way you want to like spin that.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
how it worked out because you sleep all the time, which is weird apparently.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, good stuff. And then me and Niall went to Scotland Loves Anime in London, where we saw
At the embassy.
The Last Blossom, uh, the film by the Odd Taxi director, whose name is Baku Kinoshita, and written by the Odd Taxi writer Kazuya Komamoto, but
Hmm.
it's not OLM this time, it is Clap.
Okay.
Uh, and it is, we'll just briefly talk about it. I would
Hmm.
describe it as a small Yakuza drama.
A kind of lowish stakes, but like I what's a kind of compact like a little crime drama here.
Hmm. Well,
Yes.
that's what he did
There's
good in Odd Taxi, so that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, that's some of it. Like so, there's like an old gangster who's presumably on his deathbed in his prison cell, and his dying moments is kind of remembering about like his life and what his regrets, and then the one of the few things he has in his prison cell, like a flower he brought from the garden at home, starts talking to him, going, boy, oh boy, how did we wind up in here, huh? And he just recounts over his life then about like, how did he wind up here? And
Hmm.
it basically was like he had a little house with like a woman who he he just kind of like just took her in just out of sympathy, herself and her own child, and just like just went to this like so I care after you. And there's this like pseudo home life going on there, but he will never like get close to her because I don't want to drag her into like my yakuza life. I don't want to get her involved in that.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, then he's getting further embroiled in like the schemes of things. There's like his anarchy in the organization who's been looking after him and kind of keeping an eye for him. But he has like his sights on something like a bigger score to make a big move in the hierarchy of the yakuza, and he's kind of getting this fella further embroiled into it. And it's all kind of taking place then, and like the little kind of garden growing wild at the back of the little flat is like the kind of constant witness to all his comings and goings, and
Hmm.
as the flower was saying. And all these flowers are interconnected, so that when he's in his prison cell, he can kind of like, yeah, wait, I'm there right now, like me and my brethren, just to connect viruses, just like, and he can kind of just see what's going on in the house right now, remember things. It's all very poignant, yeah.
Yeah, and the flower is voiced by Pierre Taki from Denki Groove, proving that you can get over a drug scandal just by your fans not giving a shit about you taking drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume it was something fairly mild, like he caught with a joint or something, was he?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Who
cares?
Some
Yeah.
weed, but that's enough to bury you.
Cocaine?
Cocaine was what it was.
That's a little rougher. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, because he was pulled from the first Judgment game. They had to redub that and redesign the guy's face because it was based on him. But yeah, it's a good performance because he's the guy who feels a different, because he's playing the flower. The sort of the tone of his performance is different to everybody else's tone, and it really works because he's a flower. There's a couple of voices from Odd Taxi in there. The Anarchy character is voiced by it's not the Anarchy character. It's the Yuppie Yakuza is voiced by the guy who played Tanaka in Odd Taxi. Then weirdly, he looks like the cop with the glasses, but as a human, but not how he looked as a human when we saw him as a human.
Right.
Yeah, well, Baku Kuroshi did all the character designs as well, so it's like that thing coming through. It was nice that they had credits translated, because then you can kind of see, he had his hands in like a lot of areas of this all the way through.
Yeah,
it's nice to see him, just that through line with the director.
And the adult version of the son is played by the voice of I forget his name, the main character in Odd Taxi.
Odogawa.
I can remember because it has odd in it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can remember that name.
But yeah, it gives a very good sort of rural suburbia 80s Japan. So it's not like overly 80s. It's just like you just get like in the Nana, the woman's hairstyle, the swoop of her hair gets bigger as the 80s progress through the flashback.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You see some Future Boy Conan on the telly in the background. And as was like pointed out in that pre-show comments there, it's like around the same time that the Stand By Me, the film came out. So the song was popular. So there's cute little moments where like they're like tapping on like, the plate in the kitchen and ringing the bell in the microwave and just like going boom, 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 bing, boom, 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 bing, just like doing that. It's a cute little home thing. And it becomes a very kind of poignant little like recurring motif in it then.
But unlike the pre-show comments, I do think it needs to be animated.
Yeah.
What a weird way of introducing animated film by going, why does this need to be animated? Could be a puppet. Fuck off, mate. We're here to see a cartoon.
I mean, everything could be a puppet if they weren't fucking cowards. But yeah, that's a weird fucking way to.
It was a weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I have a good time with it there, like, and well, it's also well, it would have been a little dumb, but it would have been also amazing to see everybody dressed up in like animal mascot costumes and trying to do this serious crime drama with it. But we thought a cartoon would get that across like just the same, if not better.
I think of that like thing from Satoshi Kon where he was asked like, "Hey, when do you want to get into like directing like real fucking shit?" And he's like, "I am. I'm doing exactly what the fuck I want to do. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, it's like the reason you do animation is you get to control every single aspect.
You'd always have the perfect lighting.
And if you're working with like people or even people you want to work with, or you don't know, or that kind of thing, but like your man working with as a director, working with the same guy doing the same designer from Odd Taxi, is like the creative voices and you know what way you can bounce off it, and you get to control the acting down to a very minute level if you fucking want. Like, it's
also a talking plant.
Yes.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, have a little plant that's just like I'm just shaking it as it's fucking talking. Like,
yeah,
you can have a bit of fun with it.
It wouldn't work the same if it was Audrey too.
I And the thing is, like, we've seen the live action Odd Taxi. We know you can do a live action like that kind of
But
shit,
it's
but you
fun
don't
to
need
look at a
to.
person and just like think like, what animal would they be? Because you could even
Yes.
see in
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
costuming and their mannerisms as a human actor in Route of Odd Taxi. Oh, I can see why he would see them as like a fox or a
Yeah.
giraffe or some shit. Oh, I get you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Route of
it's
Odd
again. Yeah.
Route of Odd Taxi is fun because the animated version exists first.
Exactly, because you have that to base it off. It's like, I see why they, yeah. Like I said, no,
Yeah.
it's good because of the animation. Not it's good in its own right, but you wouldn't want to watch that one first.
Yes.
Like,
Why
No,
is
it-
Kazuya Konomoto like writing like a manga now? Like, why wouldn't he make a life into it? Well, he's writing the manga because he enjoys something about the medium, and he's
Yeah.
writing one right now, Kami Kill, about like a barber shop in this like a small shopping street. It's again about like the sort of desperation that brings an ordinary person into the orbit of crime and criminality.
that is such a weird comment. Like, people
It
getting hung up on
is
what's real art and what's like
particularly-
pretend art, and it's
particularly
just
at
like,
an animation festival, and particularly when you've been
yeah,
brought on board because
this is so
supposedly
good. It could be real, like art,
you're
like
a
at a real
next-
festival. It's like,
yeah.
what are you doing here, bud? You
Well,
don't want to be here for the one thing, I guess. Yeah.
well, who knows? Who knows?
Mm-mm.
If you want to hear me complaining about that person some more, travel back in time and come to Amicon.
I'll hear about it some more right after we hang up on this.
No, we're
Good movie, though. Check it out.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
no,
very good
I must
movie.
watch that.
I suspect you have to go and see it at festivals because but who knows, may get a
I'm
wide
gonna have
release.
to wait to watch
Because
it
of course,
probably, but
I
that's
was
fine.
reminded today when I went to Rotten Tomatoes, it's like coming soon. It's like, oh yeah, Rotten Tomatoes is going to be full of Angel's Egg reviews shortly. So
Oh
like
man,
like we
exciting.
got Route of Odd Taxi off the back of Odd Taxi. That's up everyone's saying, oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is like it's like there's like an appetite for these kind of stories from these kind of people. But took it out there. Like it's again a kind of low stakes, kind of quiet sort of movie like that. So it won't be spectacular. But if you see Odd Taxi, that won't be like unfamiliar to you.
and that's it for this week. We'll be back next week, hopefully with those shorts. They cut it very close to the line being fan subs. So you got to rely on other people
Ooh.
translating it.
Yeah.
We wish them well in all their pursuits.
So by next time with more of the same. Thanks for listening, watching, doing whatever you're doing as you're hearing our voices. Ta-ra for now.
Bye.
We always see you.